Evening, everyone, and welcome to CSS round number 4 around France. Today we're joined in the commentary box by Senor Bobcat.
Hello.
Yeah. As we... Yep. No swearing, Bobcat, yeah?
Obviously.
Yep, we're setting off for round 4 as UP currently lead the championship. And this is PSF1. There's a PCF1 then. And just waiting for everybody to ready up. How do you think today's race will go, Bobcat?
Well, I haven't seen the drivers race, so I think it'll be quite entertaining. Hopefully, it's a lot of battles all over the track, so you'll have to wait and see.
Hopefully we can bring you up some interesting commentary too. Fingers crossed. Isn't it, Bobcat? Fingers crossed.
Yeah, it's Boyer's home race by the looks of it, as well as Moustache.
Mustache.
Oh, and Twist.
So we've got a few home races today, which should maybe make for some interesting battles. Let's get the chat up. Oh, running an ad. Just for a change. Welcome everybody to the stream. We have one viewer. Not much to really say about the French track, is there? It's just a very
It's very long
long and
straights.
boring. Yeah, not much really happens. People, not too many DNFs around here as the runoffs are bloody massive.
Yeah, quite wide, so I'll be very surprised if we see any DNFs.
As we see now, ETA are making their competitive speed series debut. Drop me bloody controller. Welcome to the 5 people watching. How do you think it'll go, Bobcat? What's your opinions? Hopefully it's clean. As long as it's clean and competitive, I'm happy, you're happy. But may the best driver win. I think everybody is readying up now. I'll be doing most of the talking as Bobcat has got a software up. He's been a little baby.
I've had it all day, I don't understand why, because I haven't even done anything today.
He's been in bed all day.
Nah, obviously I went to college, but that was it.
I
It was
think
hiding from this morning.
Fair enough then. I haven't a clue what's going on. As the lobby should start in 10 seconds time. No, I know what to say before the session starts. There's not much to say, is there?
No.
Now we're in. So, short qualifying, 18 minutes, 20 drivers. Only one pole position up for grabs. Who can get it? So we just wait for everybody to ready up.
There's 18.
18? Is there 18?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. 18 drivers, sorry. 18 drivers trying to play their way to the front of the grid. And hopefully take P1 as we wait. And now we're in the session and I think it's a dry quality. No, it's wet
It's wet
quality, sorry.
quality.
Jesus. That's why it's wet. A wet quality here in France. Could this maybe equal up the playing fields and maybe we might get an unexpected pole position here in France as yeah. Any drivers in the chat, feel free to give us a weather update. As
We could probably see a much smaller team maybe do better in the wet compared to the dry, so they may take pole.
ET8, unknown, currently on 0 points, but joining late, making their debut. Anything could happen with that, and they could be fast. Someone did bring the weather from Brazil, yeah. I don't know who it was. Was it you, Bobcat?
What?
Did you bring the weather from Brazil?
Oh, definitely.
As we see two drivers out now. Just following it through, and it does look very wet out there. Very wet.
Surprised they're out on the.
Yeah, it could be full wet tyres to be fair. Struggling a bit there for grip, but taking it very, very steady on the outlap. I will be surprised if any of them do actually stay on the intermediate tyres. But who knows? They know better than us. They're driving the cars, knows. As Daniel Pad will be not the first to start a lap. Stefan looks like he was the first to start a lap. As we see Bobcat, what's the best strategy for qualifying in the rain? What's the...
Try not to lose it on like any of the long corners, because as much as it'll be hard in the dry, it's going to be even worse in the wet, because your car's going to want to step out, and just make sure you just keep it with the track limits, as your car is going to drift wide constantly, compared to in the dry. Try and stay off of the curbs as much as well.
Stick full traction control on as well.
Yeah, as if you touch the curbs too much, then that could be a cause for you to lose the rate as well.
Yeah, it's not the... As Stefan is now going to start his lap and he's going to come down the main straight across the line, and he's started his lap now. Into turn 1 he comes. Keeping nice and wide on the entry there, and not using much of the curb. Staying ish full throttle, about 50% throttle through there. Coming in to the very twisty sector, and he's not invalidated, but he has gone off track.
He hasn't invalidated.
As he's going to come round the tricky semi-hairpin, and he's going to come across the first of one of the very long straights. He does seem to have pulled out.
Yeah, he's backed off.
Yeah. So, Daniel Pad was the next one to come, but he hasn't invalidated. He is screaming down there, straight into what is very tricky sector, and now puts it down for the second straight with the rain still falling. Looks like it could be a full wet quality for the whole of the race as well, maybe. What do you think of that one, Bobcat? Do you reckon it was a full race? Full wet race?
Well, with this amount of rain, most likely, but we'll just have to wait and see when we get there.
The Daniel Pad looks to be really struggling here on his lap.
It'll be good to have a wet race, sorry.
Yeah,
Then
it'd be
it'll
interesting.
mix up the grid a lot.
Yeah, as Daniel Pad comes around the final corner, puts the throttle down for the full to the maximum, and he's going to come across the line and set a lap time of a to do 1:41.8 for Daniel Pad in the Williams. The NLR team will be happy with that one. And Stefan, who obviously, as we see, did not set a full lap, he did back out with set a 1:50.9, but he is now going to set a lap time. See what he can do. As VRT Mustache, second with 1:42.8.
A whole second behind his teammate.
As we see, Mikilla has invalidated his lap.
I'm on board with Stefan. He's going down the main straight. Oh, I think he's bent it.
Yeah, Stefan has binned it. That's not going to help their tyres.
Oh, riders
It's
now.
certainly not going to help the War team in the fight for the championship, as they are currently well over 50 points behind OP, who are in first at the minute. But it's going to be a good weekend for the War team, as Tiago does go second with a 1:42.3. The drivers seem to be in the 1:42, so as Daniel Pad pulled out an absolute flyer of a lap there.
As the lap times are now starting to come flooding in.
Yeah, flying. As Kennel comes second. Provisional second, should I say, sorry, there's still 12 minutes after the session. 1:42.2. Nobody's challenging Daniel Pad up there at the front. Is Daniel Pad set a...
Really good lap from Daddlepad, 4/10 clear of Kenny.
As Philip comes across the line and is set a 1:43.3.
Or Kennel. Whoever it was. Our rider's coming across the line now.
The Ferrari is on
35.
fifth. Yep.
Still a couple more drivers to set a lap time.
Plix is going to come across the final corner. No, he's not. He's not on the lap. Plix is going to start his lap now. The other Alpine, the other LDL driver, and yep, all drivers are now currently on track apart from Daddlepad, who, well, let's be honest, does he even need to go back out? I think he's comfortable because not many people are 4/10 off.
Yeah, unless someone can find 4/10 from somewhere, then I think he's going to be safe.
As Plix comes into what is probably the least grippiest corner in the game. As we say hello to 20 people watching, make sure you leave your predictions in the chat. As we see Plix coming down one of the straights, full throttle. Some drivers can usually hit about 200 mile an hour down here. Coming in.
Flags.
As OP Twist. Mr. Twist goes
Homegrown Pro.
Original pole. And clears Daniel Pad by 2/10. I did say nobody could challenge him, and Twister's just thought, hang on a minute, this idiot's waffling, I'm going to stick it on pole. And
his unprofessional part is Homegrown Pro.
Not a bad spot to be, isn't it? Either way, can't speak.
Oh, his rider goes quicker now.
Quicker? The track's getting...
What a lap from him. A 1:40.3, that is an incredible lap.
Yeah, that's why OP are top of the leaderboard. With a 32 point gap to IRT. We currently sit P5 and 6 provisionally, as Mustache goes provisional second with a 1:41.3. As we see now, the times are starting to get quicker and quicker. But Milk, I say he wasn't about to set a lap, he just set a lap time of a 1:41.4, which puts him into provisional third position. And just over 90 minutes after the session, What do you make of the first few runs then, Bobcat?
Quite good for most of the teams. I think Wall's going to have a challenge on their hands to try and find a lap time from somewhere. Clearly, they struggling more in the wet. The Mercedes of Kowalski, he seems to be struggling a bit as well.
Yeah, I think it's the wet. They're going to get used to the conditions. The lap times should be getting faster. As Quartz has gone second, provisional second, I apologise.
Yeah, there's still a long way to go as he's four tenths off.
Yep, which, as we know, is a difficult time to recover. As we're still on Daniel Pad, who is coming down the first of the straights here in France, and looks to be an okay lap from him. Still going for it, and as we see, the gears will be usually
7 tenths up in the
purple
middle sector.
2. Yeah, it's a purple sector 2. Daniel Pad is absolutely flying through that purple sector.
He's got to gain a huge amount of time because right now he's only going to be enough for maybe like P5 at least, P4.
Anything's better than nothing. He's going to come into the final sector now, into the final few corners. This tricky turn 13, into turn 14 he comes now. Turn 14 and he comes. Penultimate corner, as we know. Coming into the last corner now, keeping it nice and tidy. Make sure the reed doesn't step out. Down the final straight to come across the line and set a lap time of 140.4. P2 for Daniel Pad in the Williams.
Gained a huge amount of time for the last sector.
Yep. And Stefan has gone P6. The war team are finding a bit of pace out there in the wet.
Yeah, Jimmy's can't seem to find as much pace as Stefan. 9 tenths off of his teammate.
A CPI, who are currently, I'd say, up there. About just a 50-point gap. just a 50-point gap to OP leaders. However, the CPI managers and owners and team will not be happy with this P10 and P18 in qualifying if they're wanting to push OP at the top of the leaderboards. As Sony F1 has just put his car. Red just put a 140.6, should I say, sorry. As Plix sets a proper lap finally, and he puts his Alpine in provisional third position as just under 6 minutes has gone now. So the drivers have just looked at pit now, just make sure everything's perfect for the last run, and as Tiago goes pole, provisional pole, sorry, with a 140.2, 1.1, sorry.
And then Kowski.
Yeah. That's better from the CPI team as they'll be looking to chase down IRT and OP at the lead. As we could have a, well, really, we could have a 5-6-way shootout for pole position here, Bobcat.
Yeah, it's going to all come down to this final run. Make sure they've got enough fuel
As we
to
know.
make it the quickest car as light as possible to make the lap count. They're going to want to put as less fuel as possible, least fuel as possible to make and they'll have to make that lap count. Otherwise, I think it'll be all over.
Kowalski might be heading for pole position as it stands. He's on provisional as the last few, I'd say the last lap maybe of the session as
Phil goes P10 with 141.0.
Ryder's coming out of that lap now. Gonna come around the final few corners, make sure there's plenty of heat in those tyres, but not too much heat, as you know, overheating. As he comes on the final corner now. Down the main straight he comes in his Ferrari, and he's going to start a lap. And he's going to keep nice and wide, touching the curb on the outside. Braking around 100 metres. In he comes. Trying to use all the much curb as he wants, risking it out here. And he's going to come into turn 4. Nice and smoothly. And that Ferrari is just gripping there at the minute for Ryder. As he comes into as he sets a purple sector 1. The Ferrari set a purple sector 1. This man is on a mission. But can anyone stop him? As here he comes into 10, 8 and 9. Riding the curbs beautifully. There he goes down the second of the straights from that sector. That's the purple sector 2. Ryder, who was 1 whole second down, or quicker should I say, sorry, on his previous lap time, which Phil and the McLaren, the IRC driver, sticks up provisional pole with 2 minutes 50 to go, but can Ryder stop him, who we know is absolutely flying here. Gets a bit squiggly on the corner there, but into the last few corners he comes. Penultimate corner, into the final corner. Try not to touch the curb as you will lose it in the wet. Down the final straight he comes. The Ferrari of Ryder is going to set a lap time of 1:38.4, which is 6/10 quicker than Phil in P2. I told you that man was on a mission.
2 seconds.
Oh, sorry, 2 seconds. Yeah, sorry, my bad.
That is insane.
That is a great lap there from the OP driver.
1.6 seconds clear.
Yeah, 1.6 seconds. Yeah,
of Phil.
Yeah, 1.6. As Kennel puts it second, 1:39.4 as 1 minute 50 to go. So the drivers will, as Mick McKiller.
Yeah.
McKiller in the Mercedes is going to set a lap time of 1:39.7, which puts him into provisional third. But what can Daniel Pad do, who's invalidated his lap? But there's still 1 minute to go. He will recharge his battery, and Bayalulu, as I say that, his teammate Quartz goes second, provisional second, with 1:39.3. And the G10 driver separated by absolutely nothing here. As eliminated out. No, Plix invalidates on turn 1. I don't think he'll have enough time to get Twist, where's Twist? OP Twist. Can he match his teammates' lap time for 1:38.4? Here he comes as Bobcat will take you through the lap.
So heading through turn 2 now, taking a lot of curb compared to other drivers, just keeping it within track limits on the exit of turn 2. In towards turn 3, taking a wide entrance, weaving through 4 and 5. Into turn 6 and towards the end of the first sector, and he's 9 tenths up on his previous lap time. Now down the long straight. In dry we'll have DRS, but it is wet conditions. Now into the tight, tricky chicane, can easily take too much curb and invalidate your lap, or bin your lap, but keeps it well within track limits. Now coming across the middle sector, he's a second 0.6 up in his previous lap, and is flying down to the long right hander. There's a couple more corners as he comes into the final sector now, into turn 13. Now just 2 more corners to go, of 14 and 15. Brown's the final corner, really nice entrance, smooth exit, throttle down up towards the line as he's going to set a lap time of a 1:38.6 to go P2. So Ryder is on provisional pole at the moment.
Yeah, I don't know who's done that, Mitwee. It's not the best. It's a whole minute and a half worth of ads. He has P are currently 1-2 as it stands. Can anybody stop him? Can Keno stop them? Or Keno has invalidated his lap. Dano Pad comes third. Cannot challenge the outplayed racing team. As Milk, gone in Milk. Killer. What can Killer do as he comes on the final corner?
He's going to get a nice toe.
He's going to get a nice little toe from the Red Bull there. He's going to settle that time off. It's P5 for Mikilla in the Mercedes, and that is qualifying done, I believe, yep. As Outplayed Racing take P1 and 2, they lock out the front row, while Dano Pad comes home P3. What can we expect from the race then, Bobcat?
Well, if it's a wet race,
as
we'll
we get
probably
the standings
see.
now, as we see there, the Ferraris of OP absolutely lock out the front row. They have outplayed everybody. They outplay. And coming home to qualify P3 is Dadopad, and the rest of the grid. On their debut, ETA have put one of their drivers fourth with Tiago Mikilla in P5 and Bebababo in P6, Raphael in P7, Stefan in P8, Quartz in P9, Mustache in P10, Boylulu in P8, Kendall in P12, Phil in P13, Sony in P14, Kwazowski in P15, Plix in 16th, Jimmy, Sharks, and I couldn't get the rest of the grid. I do apologise on that one, boys. But ladies and gentlemen, the main event is coming. Is it going to be a wet or a dry race? It is going to be. Drum roll, please. Dry race by the looks of it. As we know, the French Grand Prix is the capital for overtaking. Really, it's a little secret hidden away Cove Beach. It's brilliant, but it can be a boring track. People can lose tempers and just cut corners. But hopefully, we don't see any of that. But we should see plenty of overtakes today, Bobcat.
Yeah, hopefully. They'll get the help, but obviously with DRS now it's in the dry, so we'll hopefully see a lot of overtakes, and hopefully the rain will stay out. But if the rain does come into play, then who knows? We can probably see some slip-ups and what else the rain will bring to this race if it does come along.
Of course, there is 2 DRS zones, which, as we know, DRS is very powerful for overtaking, and with 2 zones right on the main straights, it could be very crucial to get a good exit going onto the main straights out of 10.7 and 10.15. Getting a good exit out of them corners are very crucial, and yeah, fast flowing track. It's good to watch, but not so much fun to race. It's probably it is the fastest, most flowing Well, I don't know. Qatar might be now, but it used to be when it was on the actual F1 calendar. It used to be the fastest and most flowing track on there. Yeah. Let's see what could happen in the race as we just whip the drivers to strategies, touch what setups they can, and yeah. Let us know your predictions in the chat of who's gonna win. Who's gonna win, Bobcat? Who's your prediction
on? Well, just from quality, I think the OP drivers look quite quick, so maybe one of the OP drivers. We'll just have to wait
as we
see.
go straight away. 5 red lights. And it's lights out in France. And away we go as the OP drivers get a brilliant start. As it is Ryder, who is in P1 still. Into the 10-1 we come. And he still keeps the lead. And Mikilla has Phil spun in 10-1, drops it back down to P19. But as we see a great start from the outplayed drivers, who currently still fit P1 and 2. But what can Danopad do? And Danopad is all over the back of Twist. And of course, no DRS after for 2 laps. So it will just be a throttle down and a toe job. As we see Mustache and Boyer switching positions for P10 and 11. As down the straight we come. All the drivers still bunch up together, and Mikel Man has gone further down the grid as Raphael overtakes him, and so the Mercedes gets past the Alpine of Plix, and here we see the predicted pit stop strategies. As we see the position changes, and Felix looks like he's the best man for the position changes for now. As it's a great start from the OP drivers, but everybody's sticking with him. Everybody's sticking with him.
Yeah, everyone's doing well to stick with them. Ryder's slowly pulling out a gap to his teammate. As Twist earlier on in the lap did have a look down that back straight, but couldn't really find a way past him. As we see Sonny in the pits for pit stop, probably for wing damage.
Yeah, with wing damage. As the top 3 have stayed the same, but obviously the biggest losers here is Phil, who spun on the start, and we nightmare for Phil, but Sonny as well, having to pit so early on lap 2 of 27, ruins his chances. But as we see, the ET8 men having a good debut race, currently in P5 and 6, but as we said, long way to go. So everything is clean. And Danopad is keeping all over the back of the Ferrari there. The NLR drivers doing everything he can.
A really nice exit out of that corner there. Close behind it, but I don't think he's going to be able to be close enough to make a move.
As Felix gets past Mustache there, down in P11-12. We know Felix is up 8 places. What a start from the Alfa Romeo driver. Currently as it stands, Sonny gets a 5-second time penalty for corner cutting. I'm assuming he's just cut straight across the straight.
As DRS will be enabled on this lap coming up. So maybe we'll see Danopad getting a move done down the back straight.
Oh yeah, we'll see plenty of moves, plenty of DRS. As everything is just settling down now. The driver is just trying to get in the swing of it, trying to get consistent low pace going.
Danopad had a half look, but couldn't find a way.
Is he still all over the back of him? However,
yeah, pretty much, but Twist
Ryder's pulling away.
DRS.
As Danopad and the NLR driver with DRS, what can he do? Nope, nothing's changed. It stands.
All drivers are staying the same apart from Kennel, who's looking to get a move on Boyer, but not close enough down that first DRS straight.
As we now see where Pack starting to pull away. The top 4 are just pulling away from Tiago. As we see the top 4 are separated by not even a second, is it?
Yeah, pretty much a second.
Yeah, 7/10, just about a second, so we will see hopefully some clean racing here. No one go for stupid overtakes, but Ryder's still in the lead of the race, but however, DRS cars behind him is going to be a sitting duck. Anybody trying to move? Danopad thought about it then, but maybe for the best. They didn't go for the dive bomb into turn 1.
He got a really nice exit out of turn 3.
Looks to go around the outside of Twist, but decides to pull in behind him and go for it, maybe on the straight. As the RCR driver, sorry, my bad, He's all over the back of him. What can he do? Can he maybe put a shock as Daniel Pad is closing? Daniel Pad's closing. He's closing. Look, he's going on the outside. Never mind. Thinks twice about it. Just having a look.
He's going to get really frustrated with Twist being able to get the DRS off of his teammate.
Daniel Pad's just use a boxing term here. He's just jabbing away, waiting for that big right hand to come and knock him out. As Twist nearly goes to the back of his teammate there. As we don't want to see that racing from teammates taking each other out. As Daniel Pad sticking with the drivers, and of course they've all got similar amounts of battery. The DRS is wide open.
Stefan getting the move on Felix, who's last points from division.
As we see with tyres now, the Red Bull of Belly is the driver on the softs as Shax gets a 3-second time penalty for track limits, I'm assuming. But we see that the Red Bull driver on the softs, as well as Felix on the softs and Shax on the mediums, and the rest of the drivers are on the hard tyres, which, as we do know, can go a long way in this type of track, as it's very...
Twist looks a lot closer this time around.
As Twist gets the lead of the race, Twist takes the lead of the race on lap 5 as he overtakes his teammate Ryder. What can they do now? What's going to happen? As he did use a bit of battery there, did Twist, but still 85%-ish. Into the fast flowing section we know, and Twist is going to keep the lead.
Yeah, it's a good move from Twist to get into the lead of the race. See if he can now pull away from his teammate to try and open up a gap to secure his lead, but it's not going to be as easy as he thinks. His Ryder's still within DRS and quite close to him.
They're all in DRS with each other. Nobody's, apart from Sonny, who looks like he's going to be lapped at the minute. If he keeps it going like he is.
Yeah, it's not been a good start to the race for Sonny. Picking up some front wing damage and then boxing, getting a 5-second time penalty, and now on the verge of being lapped. Still got a distance away from himself and first. His rider seems to be a bit far back from his teammate, but no pressure from Daddle to get the move done. But McKellar went to get a move, but I think he misjudged his braking and went off, and now he's under pressure from Tiago.
As the ET8 drivers are very similar paced, just fighting amongst each other. As the pack now has started to close up with the top 4.
Feels caught up quite quickly as well.
Let's head down to the lower end of the grid. As Kellner goes wide there, ooh, and Shex thinks about the moves on the inside, but maybe doesn't have the pace quite as much as the McLarens, who are currently P2 in the championship, are now running P15 and 18. It's not been the best weekend for the McLarens, has it, Bobcat?
No, they seem to be struggling at the moment, but it's still another 20 laps to go in this race, so hopefully maybe if there is a safety car, maybe that can change the race, but I highly doubt there will be a safety car due to the width of the barriers from the track.
As we see, all the drivers are very evenly matched, as we know, for qualifying, as That'll pad lags on my screen. I thought it just gone straight on. As Shaq gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. That's 6 seconds, that was it for him? Yep, 6 seconds for Shaq. And that's the only penalties to come forward this way in France.
Don't forget, this is Twist's home Grand Prix, so doing well to be leading the race. He's still got a long way to go if he wants to win his home Grand Prix.
There's just under 20 laps to go now in there. 19 laps. And the grid is still pretty much all together. Apart from Sonny, who's dropped back. I think he's pitted twice. Has Sonny pitted twice?
Yeah, Sonny pitted
Sonny's
twice.
pitted twice.
Any other league, we would see quite a gap between each of the cars, but
This is what esports events bring you. This is what esports events bring you. Close racing.
That all seems to be a lot closer this time around as Ryder looks to make a move on his teammate, but not close enough. Covering the inside, so Duddle can't make a move as Stefan gets the 3-second time penalty now.
As Daniel Pad is all over the back of the Ferrari of Ryder, but doesn't make a move. What lap would you say, Bobcat, that we're expecting the drivers to pit around for the viewers watching?
Most of them are on hard tyres, so possibly maybe around lap 17, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Go on to set mediums, but the soft tyre runners will.
As Ryder absolutely cruises past his teammate Twist and takes the lead in the race, and Sonny gets another 3-second time penalty. But what an overtake that was from Ryder! He just absolutely cruised past his teammate. What happened there?
So he got a really good launch out at the final corner, but yeah, soft tyre runners.
As Twist makes a mistake. Twist makes a mistake at that corner, and that leaves Daniel Pad all over the back of him, practically pushing him through them corners there. As it's 10-5, they come 10-6, and Daniel Pad is going to be all over the back of the Ferrari and Twist. What can he do? Can he get the overtake? Stick it behind him. DRS.
He's not going to have enough.
He says a look. Thinks twice.
But yeah, like I was saying, I think we'll see the soft tyre runners in like very soon, as I don't know what the tyre wear is like for the soft, but that all seems to be a lot closer coming into this section, so maybe a move down the inside into the long right hander as Ryder.
But they've got a yellow flag in section 2 as Jimmy has lost the rear or something, but as we keep our attention focused on the top 3 battling it out here, and don't forget the Red Bull's still in contention here, but Daniel Pad is absolutely cruising. As Twist could be a sitting duck here as Thiago gets past Mikola. What can Daniel Pad do? Keep it on the back of the Ferraris. As we see him with the Ferraris doing some team strategies. Maybe they're in a party chat. Who knows? But the other NLR driver of Mustache is down in P12. So I wonder what's going on down there. As DRS is wide open now for Daniel Pad in the Williams. As we know, the Williams has got a decent bit of straight line speed, but doesn't overtake the Ferraris. The Ferraris are just sticking to each other like glue.
Yeah, I think Mustache and Daddle running completely different setups, because Daddle seems to have a huge amount of pace compared to Mustache. down in P12, and doesn't really look like making a move anytime soon on Felix, who will be struggling with his tyre wear like quite soon. So
Yeah, same with Bebel. I think Bebel should be looking to pit next few laps, but we'll probably bring it down near enough last.
yeah, I think Felix and Bebel have gone for the wrong tyre strategy.
But yeah, 100%.
Started us off, yeah, they may have been in, let's have a look at their positions. Yes, well, Bebel's only gained 2 positions and Felix gained 8, but, so Felix done more work on the soft tyres compared to Bebel, but it's not going to benefit them in the long run as they'll drop down to last and quite far away from the grid.
As Ryder we see in that first sector seems to be pulling about a 6/10 gap between his teammate, and yeah, we could see Twist maybe dropping out of DRS from his teammate, which could leave him exposed to Danopad, who is going to go down the inside. Danopad down the inside of both the Ferraris is going to take the lead. Danopad in the Williams has just been a double overtake, gone down the inside of both the Ferraris. Danopad now takes the lead.
Exit. He gets a really good exit, does Twist, and moves back up into P1. Danopad absolutely sent it into towards the chicane and almost forced Ryder off the track. But Ryder's now coming back at him to get the move back done, and will Daddle keep P2 and gain a position, or will he be back down into P3? And I think he's back down into P3.
But yeah,
get the switch back, but didn't have enough. But that was what a move that was from Daddle.
Oh, Danopad loses it! Danopad has lost it! He's gone off the track! That's a nightmare for Danopad.
He drops all the way down to P9.
P11.
P11 now. As Felix now boxes as well. No, that's Felix on the driver, that is box. But Danopad was up there trying to make a move for the first, but now he's dropped down to 10. He's got a long way to go.
As the Haas just absolutely loses it. I don't know where the Haas has gone. The Haas has just decided he didn't want to race on the track anymore. And we'll come back up P12. 11, sorry.
Danopad now got a long race on his hands. If he wants to get back up there, fighting with the top 2 of OP. As he looks to get the moves done early now, as he's all over the back, alongside and in front of Kowski. And
that is absolute heartbreak for Danopad, who was in the lead. He was in the lead for a brief second and now is down in P8, but can he form a comeback?
Anything's possible.
Indeed it is.
Enough pace, right strategy, boxing at the right time, then anything can happen for him.
A shot gets another second, 3 second time penalty this time. As the Ferraris are now out of DRS from Bebel in P3. Man, it's just outside DRS.
As Boilu's it's made a stop on the
hard tyres. That could be a damage thing, maybe.
No. Straight swap onto a set of medium tyres.
Oh, that's an interesting one. Maybe so the tyres weren't working for him.
Got to go quite long on those medium tyres to the end. Another 14 laps for those medium tyres.
As we see, McEllerman gonna go around the outside of the Red Bull of Bellabel, who surely got to come pit soon. His tyres are going to be rapid. There we go. As we see, as he goes into the side of Thiago. Thiago's DNF'd. Safety car.
And now turn into a full safety car. Danopad has shot his way up into P5. He weaved his way through all that carnage. I've witnessed it, and he didn't look like stopping at all, and he just absolutely sent it.
As Mustache gets a 5 second pass on it for Lou, ignoring yellow flags. as it don't look like it's
virtual
going
safety car, I'll be surprised if this don't get turned into a full course safety car because the car was just parked straight in the middle of the track.
to. No, I think it's just going to be a virtual for now. But daddle pad, as we see Twist coming in the pits now.
Oh, Daddle Pad gets a 5-second penalty.
Speed in the pit lane. Oh dear.
And now it's green flag now.
Green flag. So Ryder has been an absolute stop of the century. Is that Sonny? Is that Sonny behind? Sonny has been lapped. The Red Bull has been lapped. It's not a good day for the RCR drivers. As we see a lot of changes going on. Boiler. As we see yellow flag in sector 1 and 3.
WOR Jimmy, he's
Jimmy's retired in the
pit lane.
Damage maybe. But as we see, Ryder's going to have to pull a big little gap here so he can pit. As we see after the first, as we see another yellow flag somewhere. Oh, it's still Jimmy.
It's still for Jimmy.
Yeah, it's still for Jimmy. Who seems to be still driving out the pits by the looks of it.
It was AI.
Oh. Did you retire? Oh yeah.
Yeah, he retired in pits.
Yeah. This Ryder staying up for another lap.
Oh, Felix has gone off. I saw Daddle Pad making a move on Felix, so I don't know if there was contact between the two.
Physics is coming off to P11 now.
But Daddle Pad has got a 5-second penalty and is on a charge at the moment, so any chances of him winning this race I think are very slim now. As Boyer sets first lap of 132.9.
Of course, that's great for Boyer, who's been very quiet this race, but never count out anybody in esports racing. There's a 3-second time penalty for Sonny, who is currently on 6 seconds worth of penalties, and Shuck is on 9. Stefan on 3 seconds, and Daddle Pad on 5 seconds. And Stefan gets past Boyalulu.
And Warts gets past Killer for P4.
As we see, lots and lots and lots of position changes going on at the minute.
And Daddle Pad's cruising up to the back of these two of Killer and
as Ryder
Warts.
comes in the pits now. Ryder comes in the pits. Where's he going to come out? Boxing from the lead. Into the pits he comes. As we know, it's a very, very slow pit stop. But it's the pit box he comes now. And it's a very...
Daddle Pad coming in up towards the last corner now.
Is Ryder box too late? Is he going to come up behind Ryder?
Chris, fast lap.
He is. Ryder's going to come out.
Daddle Pad.
Ryder's going to... Yeah. He's going to come out. Oh, God.
In the middle of this battle.
P10.
Side by side. With the Alpine and now behind the Alpine.
As Kosowski gets
Ryder,
past Boyer.
Ryder has left it way too late.
But what can Stefan do? Can he get past the hash? Can he make it a good 2 over 6 in the first 2 sectors? DRS. He's going to go down the inside and he's going to cruise past the hash and take P6. As we have
into P2 as Phil gets a really nice exit and is back.
Mikola.
No.
Mikola gets past Phil.
Yeah, Mikola gets past Phil. That was it. think Phil might be struggling with his tyres. I don't know if he's made a stop or not.
Yeah, lapped 1 or 2. As we see, Twist is absolutely cruising ahead, and his teammate dropping down to P9 and has just got passed by a Lulu. You could see a little mistake there from the Ferrari, but
Oh, Phil hasn't stopped.
no, Phil hasn't. Phil stopped first lap.
No, he hasn't stopped at all.
He stopped lap 1.
No, Phil hasn't stopped at all.
Has he not?
No.
Oh.
Everyone has made a stop. Sonny's made 3. Everyone else has made 1 stop other than Phil. So Phil is still yet to pit in this race. He's going to be dead last. Well, not dead last because of Sonny, but he'll be right at the back of the pack.
And Donald Pad in P4, of course, is making his miracle comeback. What can he do? As the Mercedes gets into P2, Michaela gets into P2 overtakes Quartz. But what can Donald Pad do? Can Donald Pad make it a double?
He's going to need to get
Down the inside. He's going to go down the inside. And he keeps it. And he gets past Quartz and the Aston Martin. But can he get Michaela?
Not going to be enough to get Michaela, but he's up into P3 now. But he's got to get a move on. He's got 10 laps to get a 5-second gap to Killer, and
he goes a bit wide there. As he comes across, there is DRS down the straight. DRS wide open. Not got much DRS left. He's going to go down the outside. He's going to make the mistake. What an overtake that was there from Donald Pad. That was an impressive overtake there. Puts him up to P2, which now releases him to go after Twist. And ladies and gentlemen, we have got a very, very, very good last 9 laps to come.
Yeah, Donald Pad's got to pull away now.
He's got about 10 seconds. He's got to get about 10 seconds.
See what he can do. He's got 5 seconds, so he's going. If he wants to get on the be on the podium, he's going to need to gain at least 5 seconds.
As we see Phil just dropping. As Bella gets another time penalty. As Phil is just creeping down the grid now, but Ryder is up to P6. Don't count the Ferrari driver out just yet.
Yeah, he's got to get past Stefan, then he's got pretty much 4.5 seconds to Quartz.
Anything can happen in this esports for a series, my friend. Competitive speed series, one of the best about. Anything can happen. As Donald Pad, it's not quite just got away from the Mercedes and Aston Martin yet. They're just sticking at the back of him. As Michaela thought about going down the inside into turn 1 there, but thinks twice about it. And Donald Pad keeps P2. As Phil's down to P11 now.
Still hasn't made a stop, so
he's obviously going to go to softs maybe.
Yeah, but I think it'll be too late.
Who knows? Anyway, Donald Pad with a decent little advantage. Keeps ahead as Shaq gets another 3-second time penalty.
12 seconds now he's got.
As Stefan gets past Kotowski.
I really don't think Daddlepad's going to have enough for the podium. He might get P5.
He's got just about 7 laps, going up to 7 laps now to go. Don't go anywhere, chat. as we have 7 laps to go. Dyno pad needing about 8 seconds, as well as overtaking Twist to win this race. However, there's currently a 3-second gap between him and Twist, and as it stands, Bicale's not going to get the podium.
It looks like Twist will
Twist will win the
go
race
on to.
as Raphael gets a 3-second time penalty.
Yeah, I think Twist may go on to win his home Grand Prix. Controlled the race well, to be honest. Well, to be fair to him, rider possibly what could have been. Still a long way to go, but
It's Phil. Phil still hasn't boxed. Somebody tell Phil he's going to box.
he's got 7 laps. And he's now going to be under pressure from Raphael and Mustache. He's just getting swarmed now.
As Bubble gets past Felix. And as it stands, OP will still be ahead of IRT. And as it stands, there'll be nearly a 50-point gap between first and second. As we see Daniel Pad is not really closing the gap on Twist, and it looks like Twist
So
just
still
needs to
not
keep it.
He's got 6 laps and he's still not boxed.
Hoping for a safety car, I imagine.
I don't think he's going to get a safety car anytime soon.
Yeah, he commentates chaos, my man.
His rider's now just under 2.5 seconds behind Quartz.
Actually, a lovely shot there of the cars coming through that fast flowing 10-10 into 10-11 they come, and Daniel Patch is not gaining any time, is he?
No. So I think he's only going to have enough for P5.
As Mustache down in P14. He's going after Raphael, who of course ETA are on their debut today, which Thiago DNFing and Raphael down in P13 hasn't gone to plan, but getting into any esports event is always a proud achievement, and to make your debut is pretty special. But however, Mustache doesn't want to show any mercy to the newbies, and he wants to get that P13 and maybe challenge for P12.
Yeah, I think this top 10 is sorted. I think they'll just be battling out for some better points. But I think Felix and all that chances are gone for a top 10 finish, as we see Bell get past Felix for P11.
As everything just seems to be settling down, nobody making any moves. As we see a little pack forming here of a few drivers, but nobody going for any stupid overtakes, and we have just about 5 laps to go. As the killer is all over the back daddle pad. However, Daniel Pad is
Fill
now pulling
finally
away.
boxes.
Phil's box, lap 23. Spare a moment for Phil Tyers, who has gone 21 laps on a set of soft and a 27 lap race. That is some achievement. But as we see, Michela has got 90% battery, and Daniel Pad has only got about 25%. So his next few laps, Michela is going to look to deploy his ERS and make a move on Daniel Pad, which will put him probably down to P6 on it. About P6 if, as it stands, Daniel Pad's going to go drop to about P6, P5,
No,
P5,
no, it'll be P5.
P5, yeah, not bad.
Yeah, he's got a 5-second penalty, so he'll only be down to P5.
Ryder
So it's been a good recovery for Daddle, but unfortunate on getting that 5-second penalty.
Ryder is coming through, as Mitchell has mentioned in the chat. Ryder's coming through right now, nearly second gap to P4, 5 laps to go. Ryder could pull a miracle podium here. That'll be some comeback if he does. However, another focus is on the podium currently, and as it stands, Quartz will be promoted to the podium on time penalties, but as we know, these drivers, they like to get it on track, don't they? They like on track position more than anything.
Yeah, I think a lot of drivers, whether you're esports or not, would prefer to get the move done on track rather than penalties being involved in it. But with these three battling, Ryder's now on the back of them and within DRS range.
Yep. And Michela's going to go around down the inside, and Michela is going to get the overtake done on Daniel Pad. Like I was saying, he was cooking it up. Michela was cooking, and he has overtaken Daniel Pad in the Williams, which will now put P2 on track. But yeah, can Michela maybe, has he got a bit of pace in him to maybe produce twist? Any trouble?
We'll just have to wait and see in these last couple of laps.
As Ryder now is within 5 tenths now of Quartz in P4. And Shax gets another 3-second time penalty, and that is currently 15 seconds for Shax. Oh dear. That's now 3 tenths into the gap. Ryder's cooking something here. What can he do? As he goes nearly goes on the inside, and he's gonna go down the inside of Quartz into P4, but Quartz ain't gonna let him go that easy. As Quartz takes back that P4, and he's gonna get DRS. Who's got DRS there? Nobody. That's a weird one. As we see Ryder's coming. The OP driver's coming. As we see now, 3 seconds is the gap to the lead from P2. Twist, all Twist has got to do now is just keep her on track, keep her going straight. But Ryder over the back of Quartz. Can he make anything happen? Nope. Not yet. However, goes down the inside, and Ryder goes down the inside of the Aston Martin, who this time is further back. But we'll have DRS. Ryder's a good exit here. No, Ryder will get DRS. So Ryder with the DRS. Surely that's his overtake complete on Quartz now, and we'll now go after Dado Pad. Ryder up to P4. P4 for Ryder. He couldn't even get P2 if he's fast enough. Shaq's got another 3-second time penalty, which takes him to. Is it 12? No, 18 seconds worth of penalties. Bad day at the office for Shaq's down there in P15, who will now probably come to finish P16. However, Ryder's coming on Dado Pad. What can Ryder do? DRS wide open. Not close enough to make a move into turn 1. And Bobcat has disappeared. Bobcat's left the building, guys, so I'll cover him. Yep, Ryder's all over the back of the Williams and Dado Pad. Coming into the straight, second straight, obviously after the main straight. And it's going to get DRS on Dado Pad, using the overtake button. DRS, getting a toe. Not close enough. Again, as the final lap is started. And Dado Pad gets past Michele in the Mercedes. And that will be it for now. As we go on board with Twist. What a sensational drive. As we see Michele get past Dado Pad for P2 and they're battling it out M2. But as Twist comes into the final few corners, he has been absolutely outstanding today. Driven it to perfection. Little incident earlier, didn't fault him. He's been ahead of the game and it's a solid drive from him. He's going to win by about 3 seconds. If you come on the final corner, they're going to come across the line. Twist wins the competitive speed series round 4 in France. I know Pete take P1 and Michele in the P2, followed by Ryder, who has come to finish on the podium after dropping out to P11 at one point, and Quartz in P4. Dado Pad finishes P5. Dosky finishes P6. Kendall finishes P7. Boyalulu finishes P8 after crashing on the straight. Plix P9, Stefan P10, Felix finishes P11, Mustache finishes P12, Bebicle finishes. What the hell's happened here? I don't think Raphael's made the line. He's DNF'd. Shax is going to come across the line. Not been the best at the office for my man Shax, but he will come across the line and finish P14. But we're going on to P15 due to penalties. And Phil will finish P14, Shax P15, and Sonny is going to come across the line at some point. Not the best day for him, but as we know, he's one of the best to be racing in this anyway, so can wipe it aside. And Sonny is going to come across and he's going to finish last. And that, my dear friends, has been Competitive Speed Series round 4. And Kulski gets driver of the day from a game, but I think a couple people could get it. This man here had a sensational drive, and this has been Competitive Speed Series. I've been VME Hinchy, and it's been an absolute pleasure to commentate for you all, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye. Peace.